Yes!
Hello!
Hello!
What's that face for? You know I read all these.
I know. My narcolepsy's acting up and I'm a little goofy.
You're a little goofy.
Well, she forgot her Adderall today.
And then I take something for my back. So I'm a little goofy, but... Hi guys!
Hello everybody!
Now you know! You would have figured it out anyway.
Because it's the interwebs.
Oh no, because I'm going to be giggling and falling asleep.
Alright, Marvel first, because Marvel first!
Marvel.
Spider Girls. Okay, so full disclosure this week, guys. At least these two, for sure. There's a lot of tie-in to Spider-Geddon. There's Spider-Geddon 2, Spider-Gwen Ghost Spider, and Spider-Girls all tied to Spider-Geddon this week. I don't think Amazing is, actually.
No,
of
it's
all
not.
things. Okay. Just feels like there's lots of Spider books this week. Alright, so the things you need to know is that Spider-Girls is full of cool female spider versions. Including your favorite one, Annie. Because everyone loves Annie. Yeah. So hence, not part of our main universe, or at least not right now, because you know how this works. And I'm pretty sure you get at least one new character in this book, so if you're a person that likes to hunt down new characters, don't miss Spider-Girls. Also, because it's written by Jodie Hazard. You know, she's famous from writing Faith and lots of other books, but that's the one that I'm most related with her about.
That's the one we care about.
Yes, and then Spider-Gwen Ghost Spider. She is actually stuck in a different dimension. She's trying to figure out herself. So you're not going to get the same. She's just trying to figure out where she fits. She actually wants to get back home, honestly. I don't think she really But she's just trying to find anybody that can help her with such things.
I like
And then
her little Spider-Man keychain.
Oh, she does have a Spider-Man keychain. Look cute. And the one book that I didn't get to read, it makes me mad because it's got Miles in it, which is one of my favorite spiders. Spider-Geddon number 2.
Oh, you ran out of time.
He's like, we have some shipping fun in the back room going on.
Yeah.
So don't miss out on those. Those all go together, okay? And then my Amazing Spider-Man. It's like I read so many Spider-Man titles, I have to actually eyeball it to remember what goes on in this book. Just 2 seconds.
Just all the spider titles.
No, not in his. His is a much more simplified universe. Oh, this is good. So in this one, they actually introduce who I think is a brand new baddie and a brand new league of baddies.
Ooh.
Introduced very coolly by this guy kind of approaches this girl in a bar and gives her a pitch. The problem is that she points out that he's actually an evil fellow and uses his company to the detriment of other world peoples, and that there's a price to pay. Read it, it's really cool. Return of Wolverine, number 2. You've been waiting for this for a while. It does not let you down. There is, I will tell you only this because there's lots of conspiracy going on in this book, but the glowing claws are real. He doesn't know why. Remember, he doesn't have any prior knowledge. He has no memory before him showing up. And he confronts somebody who he kind of feels that he knows who this person is, but doesn't know how. And by the coloring on this person's body, you'll be able to figure out who it is for yourself.
He looks like a lion.
He does, but that's the way his hair used to be. All kinds of whoosh.
Yeah.
And going along with our Infinity Wars storyline, the Infinity Warp stuff. Everyone's been waiting for this one. This was the Arachnite. So if you want to know what happens when you get a crazy person mixed with somebody else, because remember, this is all Gamora's taking the stones and smashing all the universe together to create half as many people, which results in amalgamated characters, which are awesome. Oh, and Juggernaut. Juggernaut's cool because if you didn't know anything about his back history, which I'm kind of weak on, you actually he gets to confront the source of his power, etc., which is a person.
That's really cool.
Yeah. And
I
you
like
can see him be a complete awesome booty kicker like he always is.
Of course.
Yep. And then I don't think it is the complete wrap up of the Apocalypse storyline, although it might be. It's cool. It's like Apocalypse's origin. I'm gonna actually see that come to fruition, which is super cool. Somebody else.
Jenny.
Anna.
Jenny, you have another Marvel book though.
I do. I have.
That's it. Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, I always wanted to. I'm trying to figure out how
I
this
love
goes
this.
down. Black Panther versus Deadpool.
The
Okay.
amount of wall breaks.
so-
How many, Jenny?
What?
How many times does he break the fourth wall?
I don't know what you're talking about.
When he talks directly to us instead.
Oh, a lot, yeah. Okay, so it starts out with the intro on Black Panther and Deadpool. It kind of gives you a rundown that's helpful. Sometimes he's a good guy, sometimes a bad guy, but he's always a pain in the butt. That's not what they say. So, first there's Night of the Dead in Wakanda, and the Black Panther gives the little girl American candy, is what he calls it, the Kit Kat.
Okay.
And then we flash to a school bus where Wade is driving a school bus. And Wrecker, the bad dude, he's like, oh, I'm going to hold all these rich private school kids and make a bunch of money, but he doesn't. And Deadpool gets one of the kids to drive the bus. And they get interact. Wade has discovered a happier side, I guess, because he wants to save the guy he hurt. And And
They're filling your pool box.
okay. And so, how many? Oh, and Bonnie, right? But he needs vibranium or something like that to fix the guy he hit. And so he goes to Wakanda to get it from Black Panther. There's a fight. That's how it always works. It's like comic book. There's gotta be a fight because they can't just work it out like normal people. And it has a what the heck ending. Like a really what the heck ending. Like,
Love it.
Read it for the ending.
Read it for the whole thing.
Well, yeah,
Because there's
but
a
the
lot of
ending,
references in
man.
there too. Jenny was
There are,
telling me
yeah.
as she was reading it, since I can't read it. So
I'll read it to you. It's that good. I mean,
yeah. All right, it's hard to choose, but I'm gonna go with my Alterna book that I read. It's a $1 one shot, so if you've got $1 and some change laying around,
8 cents if you're in Texas.
yeah, 8 cents if you're in Texas. Baron Rat and the Great Cheese Caper. So, if you remember, Mr. Crypt, this is his pet rat. So, this is while Mr. Crypt is at the library, because that's where he works, because no one goes into the library ever, and he, he blends right in with his mustache and top hat.
Clearly.
Now, we get to see what Baron Rat gets to do during the day while Mr. Crypt is at work. It's the best. There is a cheese festival in town, and well, you can see on the cover he's trying to steal all the cheese, but you have to see if he gets away with it or not, because obviously he's getting chased by lots of angry villagers.
Can kids read this book?
Definitely.
Yay!
Yay! Kids can't read my book.
No, they should not. You were correct.
It's
All right.
not too bad for a Deadpool book, but it's okay.
All right, so Aftershock books. I am super in love with this series, The Beyonders, by the
Yeah.
way. If you love conspiracy and code, you are going to be just in heaven in this book. Remember our main character, he got captured by the bad guys and then released by another secret society that's been since the dawn of time, trying to crack all of these crazy codes. They use ancient machines that you've probably heard of in a movie or two. Involves crop circles. It's just amazing. So you get more hints in this book because remember there's actually code that you can actually crack. Every single panel has a symbol in it. I have been told by Wesley St. Clair, who's the artist on this book, that they don't really care necessarily if it ever gets cracked, but the things that you need to crack it are within the series itself. And no, you can't crack it until you have all the books. It's just the way it is. You gotta wait till the end of the series to have all of the information you need. But I was assured that everything you need is within the book itself. So everything in the book is probably important. And by the way, it has a really cute corgi in it. And Dead Kings, just for the word of the wise, I have heard this is already a high dollar book in the secondary market. So it's a good series you should pay attention to. And this one, you meet the main characters when they are just being born, and it looks kind of like a future Earth. They call the place Rus, which is probably short for Russia, just given the names of all the names of the characters in the book are Russian. And there are these giant robots in the background, and they're clearly trying to protect them from these kids born without being found by these giant robots. Think like Iron Giant, but bigger, probably. And it flashes forward to a future time in the same place, and it's clear that society's moved on. They've actually killed a lot of I think all the robots themselves are gone, the big ones. And now it's just a human drama. Probably, what you can guess, is probably that one of the siblings is trying to find the other. It's really awesome art, too.
Today's turn.
Ginny!
My turn.
Which one?
Wait, what happened? Okay, here we go.
Alright, what if Thor was raised by frost giants? What?
It was very interesting. Honestly, I wasn't for a while a big fan of the What Ifs, but I really like this one. So, at the beginning, a frost giant takes Thor from Asgard when they attack, like, as his prize. And I guess he's gonna be the future prince of Dratholium. I couldn't figure out what it was called. We find out that Loki is there. They start off as friends. Thor gets a hammer, but someone else could pick it up before him. We run into Loki going to the dungeon where all the criminals are and learning magic. They try to take Thor and Loki and all into a fight. Loki doesn't want to fight. Loki shows up at the fight though, and obviously Thor and Loki can only get along for so long. They can't be friends for an entire book.
Not for an entire book.
No.
That's asking way too much. Clearly.
Too much, yes. Clearly.
It's you!
Yeah. The Whispering Dark. Be careful lest the light in you be darkness. It's from Dark Horse, and it's by Christopher Emgard.
Emgard. It is.
And Thomas
Looks like.
Ira?
I don't know.
So the main character in the book, her name is Hannah Vance, and she joins the military. And so then we see her in a church with her dad beforehand. You know, she's telling him that she's joined the military, and now then it flashes forward, and they're in the war zone, and then she wasn't really originally supposed to go into combat. She's just kind of there to, it's like a rescue mission. They have, weapons and stuff, but they're not meant to get into any conflict. They're just supposed to rescue the people, take them out, and everything be fine. Of course, that can't happen because this is a comic book, so it can't just go as planned.
No.
That would be very short.
Yeah.
And so then a lot of stuff happens that I don't want to say much about, but it's really good. And the tagline is like perfect as to summarize without saying anything about the book.
Alright, what is it? 'Cause I
It's
can't read that.
be careful lest the light in you be darkness, which I already read.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Oh, did you? I'm sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, I said
Goodness
that.
gracious. Alright, I'm gonna go for two, and we're gonna almost get close here. Dynamite has a bunch of little kind of one-shot specials that are coming out, so I don't think they're all this week. There's Red Sonja this week, Vampirilla, I know there's more.
One more.
Elvira maybe? They're all Halloween specials, which is really cool.
No, Elvira.
No, Elvira, I'm trying to think, but there are, I think it's
They
coming.
may have done one though.
Oh, I don't know. I thought you were
It's just
talking
not this
the ones
week.
that came out
Yeah.
this week.
I'm sure they'll do an Elvira one that would seem
Either that or it's in the stuff that's coming rushing to me now. That's a reorder. So anyway.
Yeah.
So if you like really cool Red Sonja slick spooky tales, there are 2 in this book. One is more cartoony than the other, and consequently one is more busty than the other. Just saying. Just saying. And Judge Dredd Toxic. So here you go. This is the story of, I don't know, where does Judge Dredd live?
I don't know anything about
Judge
Judge Dredd.
Judge Dredd is awesome anyway. He's like, so basically he's a policeman and judge in the future. We'll say it's England, because why not? So basically this story is about a group of people. You can kind of see them down here at the bottom. For them, they have a bunch of humans that have been genetically modified to go live in the very bottom of the city and society to clean up all the junk that we create. So think sewers and all that kind of stuff. They live down there because the genetic modifications are also not very nice looking. And so they take care of all the toxins and things. But it also means they don't get to have a regular life above ground. But people despise them, which is dumb because we couldn't live without them. But the Dreads find out that some of these people that live in this sub-world have an alien form that's living in their throat. And Dreads would like to wipe them out because that's what they do. It's illegal to have them. And so they're just trying to figure that situation out. This is a really good book, by the way. I'm not really normally a judgment person, but if you haven't been a judgment person, but you watch the movies, you'll recognize it has the 3 main characters you're used to seeing all the time. In those, you'll recognize them right away when you hear their names. You'll be like, oh yeah, that character. One of them's Anderson, by the way.
That's a cool cover.
Yeah, toxic. Who next?
I just went, Jenny, it's your turn.
What's happening? Okay.
Really, every 3rd time it's going to be you.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Mars attacks!
Mars attacks! So we started out in a retirement home. I think that's the current politically correct thing to call it, right?
Sure.
Okay, so this guy goes to see his dad, and he's like, it's not a Sunday, why are you visiting? Oh, you got fired again? No, I quit. That's the 7th job you lost this year, but that doesn't last long. Then the end of the world starts. Doctor walks into the room, and he's like, oh, I just wanted to know if you wanted a lethal injection of this. And he's like, why? And he's like, the world is ending. We're offering it to everyone. And he's like, you guys keep stuff around, like lethal dose? He's like, it's a retirement home. We have enough for everyone, even you if you want some. But they both say no, and Doctor's like, whatever, I'll just use it on me. But he doesn't want to die, so they leave. And these aliens are destroying, they're even like destroying the president bunkers and stuff. So it's crazy, and that's where I'm going to end it. A little girl cries because the puppies and kittens are dying, and that means business.
Puppies and kittens!
The president's daughter is like, are the puppies and the kitties dying? She starts crying. He's like, now we mean business.
Chaos.
Not the puppies and kitties, man. Not the puppies and kitties.
That's what I'm saying. Save the puppies and kitties. Yeah. Evil aliens.
Kill
All right.
everyone else.
Over the Garden Wall, Hollow Town, number 2 of 5. The first one, they're looking for a new pair of shoes for his brother.
Good.
I can't remember his name. And so they've come to this town of wooden people. They're dolls. They're doll people. And the bird, I can't remember her name, she can talk. She's like, this town is creepy, we need to get out of here. And Wirt's just like, no, it's fine. We'll find shoes. I'll earn some money. They use buttons as money. So this is the 2nd issue where he is now doing some odd jobs around babysitting and his brother's wanting to make beautiful clothes for his frog, who his name changes every time. So
the frog changes names? I never noticed that.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's what
I just thought he was.
think so.
I just thought he was the kettle hat frog.
No, I think his name changes because he called him something different in the previous book. So,
Cool.
But so he goes to the tailor. The tailor only has gray fabric. He's like, well, that's not pretty enough for my frog, and he insults him. He's like, you have to leave now, and so Wirt now owes him some money, and this goes on throughout, different. But they need to leave because they need to get home.
Of course.
So we're gonna see how that ends up.
I like how they prey on our childhood fears of not having enough money for something.
Yes.
When you're in line and you're like, oh, I counted all my pennies. I hope I got enough.
Well, they use buttons in this town instead of money, and it's like, I mean, he doesn't have any buttons on his other than his shirt, which he's not gonna take the buttons off of that. But
hobbies.
they don't have one. You can't just.
That works.
Yeah.
You can't like trade a button for a bag of buttons.
That exchange rate seems weird. All right, Coda, number 6. Coda is one of those series that if you have not jumped in yet, please do. It has a pentacorn in it. It's got a caring husband who has found his wife. The reason why he was searching for her at the beginning of the series is because she goes off and rages. So his job is basically to keep her happy and to keep her focused away from the things she likes to rage about, including trying to find this bad entity and kill it. So you get to see a little bit of their loving relationship, and you get to see more of his relationship with this, which is hey guys, you're really loud. Sarah, you guys are really loud. But there's a fairy dude, old dude head that he talks to that he stores in his wooden leg. No lie. If those things that pitch doesn't get you to read Coda, and the art is the same as it's on the front, which is gorgeous. Alright. And Zinnober. All you really need to know about Zinnober, this is number 5, is that they live in a world in which the biggest danger is dragons. Dragons will eat you if you're not careful. So this is, imagine kind of like The Walking Dead, but instead of zombies, you have dragons, which are trouble.
Dragons.
Yeah, it's dragons.
Are they big dragons or all kinds of sizes?
They're more like Jurassic Park T-Rex size.
Wow.
If that gives you a good idea.
Yeah.
And the art is all gorgeous, super gorgeous.
Jenny's turn.
Oh, kiss! Do we have to do like the rock and roll?
Okay.
I can guarantee you 100% that Josh Jeppy is doing that right now, but with his tongue out.
So
I
we
don't have a
start
long
with him at the concert, then they're back at his place, and he's hitting on a girl that he's brought back. They're not really irrelevant. Something happens with the bus, and there's Litly is the lady. Is that who's her name? Probably, I don't know either. And they're like, where are we? And she's like, you guys are dead. I think it's a band. It might just be a group of people. And they're like, well, this is, what the heck? Are we, what the beef? Yes, you are in beef. That is correct. No, what? Yes, you are in beef. That's where you are. I don't know if I can say that on the podcast.
I like it's more funny with beef.
It is. So we at the end she's like, we'll make a pact. Not the end, but the last part I'm gonna tell you about. It's like, is she the devil maybe? You should make a pact with the devil. That's bad, from what I've heard. But she does want to make a pact. I couldn't tell whether or not she was the devil, but they're in beef.
They're in beef. Just so you know, hashtag kisses and beef.
Kisses and beef.
I love it. Oh, you're the best.
Alright.
What a cover.
I know, it's gorgeous. And he looks like he's just looking down at the geese, like,
Just enjoying
he's
stuff.
enjoying them. Which is kind of the opposite of what's happening in this book.
Oh, the cover's a lie.
For the most part.
Lies, all lies.
I mean, he's still looking for Lois, because, you know, she's gone with John. And, but in this issue, we find out where she is. and that maybe someone else has visited her, and I'm not going to say anything about that because that's spoilery. And but you know, at the Daily Planet, the new columnist that they hired, not Miss Good, but the other one whose name I can't remember, she's the new gossip columnist, wants to write a story about it, and what's the guy? I keep thinking J. Jonah Jameson, which is completely wrong because that's Spider-Man, but I can't remember his boss's name at the Daily Planet.
Well, if you hadn't asked me, I'd probably know.
Osman?
No. It's important, but I can't remember.
And I can't remember. And I'm
Who's the editor at the Daily Planet?
Perry White.
Perry White.
Yes.
Thank you, gosh.
Yes.
My first thought was J. Jonah Jameson.
I know.
Yes. And I'm like, no, but they have the same kind of demeanor, so. And he's like, no, we're not gonna run that kind of a story. We're just gonna post what facts we do know. I'm like, good, you have a good head on your shoulders about it, and so now there's some other stuff that's happening, but I can't say anything because everything else is spoilery. So, and I'm not gonna do that to you guys.
Down.
I got 2.
Exo Man of War 20. All right, you know, if I'm this deep into a series and still doing reviews, it's amazing. All right, so in this part of the series, he has actually come across a different character. It's so funny because the character's name is like weird. It's like something 13. But he's a guy who wears a turban. He has really strong powers. He's actually after his wife, who has disappeared. He's actually part of a universe or Earth that has New Eden on it. And so he knows that a creature or person came from New Eden and stole his princess. And so this individual himself has actually been part of the planet was being taken over by like kind of a mechanical people.
Mm-hmm.
And he was enslaved by them and basically had to serve their every whim until he rose up and conquered them long ago by destruction. By the way, they may or may not be completely destroyed, as you find out. And so he does not like Exo Man of War because he feels like his armor is part of this race that he's done away with, even though I don't think that's true. So you're going to see them maybe pair together. It's unclear whether they just are headed in the same direction.
That
or
cover's
at least
gorgeous.
it's always pretty stuff inside.
Mm-hmm. I just love the fire.
Oh yeah. It's you!
Cute.
What's the magic?
Imagine. So we have Timothy,
Yeah.
and in the beginning there's reference that, hey, you're magic, do you want to be mundane or do you want to be magic? We'll take you to the end of the earth, and then you decide. Maybe he's just daydreaming though, we can't really tell yet. He's in the hall, he's trying to do a magic trick, it doesn't work. He gets in a little fight. So he's like, I was just defending myself. And she's like, dude, I know your mom just went away. We don't know. She's dead, gone, what? But they tell me that now. Then she like explaining about magic is power and gives them a book with no words. And she's like, when you're ready, you'll see it. That's all I can tell you. There's a joke that when he needs to focus, he's like, maybe I'll get a fidget spinner. Come on, guys, fidget spinners are over.
So over.
They're so last year.
Cases of over things.
Yes, I do. There's so many fidget spinners. Like,
You
you know what's
Oh,
funny
yeah,
about
so just-
fidget spinners and fidget cubes? The people who made them, by the time they produced them, the market was flooded because they didn't get a copyright on the thing, just the idea.
Aww.
So the people made like no money.
Well, at least they got out there to the world.
Yeah, China got them.
Detective Comics 991, The Knight, the Commissioner, and Their Partner in Crime, which, yes, that is Two-Face on the cover.
Weird.
Oh, man, this is part 4 in the ongoing, I think. Yeah, this is I think that's part 4. Yeah. So I can't remember the fire. I want to say their name is the Fireflies, the 2 Fireflies, the twin Fireflies. I want to say that's right. This is after they burn down Twist's house and all of his plans and all of that stuff. He was working with Cobra, and Batman and Commissioner Gordon are trying to figure some things out, and Two-Face kind of knows some things and also wants to help take him down, and at least that's what it seems like. And this is them, the 3 of them getting together, and of course Two-Face is like, no, I don't want to talk to you. I only want to talk to Batman. I don't want Commissioner Gordon to be here too. And because
seems fishy.
Well, and you kind of see where he's coming from, because Commissioner Gordon's stuck on the fact that, you know, he still thinks that Two-Face is Harvey, but they're 2 separate personalities. And so you see some more about Two-Face's inner thoughts. He kind of voices some of his the way his mind works. He voices how his mind works, and I really liked it. And Two-Face, I don't dislike him, but I don't know enough about him for him to be one of my favorites to read about. So this kind of shed a new light for me on this character, and I need to go back and reread a couple issues, because I think I missed a more key issue, but this one's like amazing. So.
Alright, Tinseltown. This is Alternative Comics as well. All you need to know is that this girl showed up first thinking she was going to be a real cop, but it turns out she was showing up for a part at the Old Hollywood studios. So imagine this is like taking place a long time ago in Old Hollywood. But since then in the series, she actually has started to solve crimes. And one of the girls that she's befriended has gone missing, and they find a card indicating that she may have gone to go to work at a house of ill repute. So our main character has decided to go and show up there and try to pass herself off as someone winning a job to see if she can find her friend. And dun dun dun, stuff happens.
Of course, stuff
Dun
happens.
dun dun.
Dun dun dun.
Jenny, your turn.
This is my last book, I'm gonna rap, so if you want me to rap it then, I'll do it now.
Do it now.
Do it now?
Alright, In Body, Monsters and Magi. This is number 7. We've been waiting for this series to restart for a long time.
Okay, now it's time to throw on my rap, and hey yo, and Bonnie is back. 10 years ago, and Ariana is in school. Her boy can control his magic, that's cool. This is their first day at the School of Magic, and they are supposed to call it Sky Ice. They hear he is pretty powerful, but he doesn't seem too nice. Ariana thinks magic is dumb. A pirate like Aunt Bonnie is what she will become. Okay guys, calm down, back in your spots. Hey, it's later now. Ariana is a good shot. All of a sudden they're at war. The ships are onward away from the shore. Hey, these guys brought sword fights to a cannon fight. Oh, that was a dream. I told you that, right? Now pay attention, this is important stuff. Maybe it wasn't a dream. This book has me a little mixed up. It had an interesting turn and I was a little confused, but if you're an Aunt Bonnie fan like me, you will also be amused.
I love it. always wanted to find out because she wants to be Anne Bonny or be just like Anne Bonny, like
It doesn't
crazy.
really
Everyone always
touch
thinks that that's
off
Anne
the
Bonny,
last
but
one.
that's not.
No.
Her name is Ariana.
It doesn't take off for the last one, unless
So then
it's
she'll
kind
be-
of a whole new set of stories.
Cool.
Ariana Bonnie.
Ariana Bonny, probably. We've
Well,
always
we read
hypothesized
the
that she's
old
actually
one.
related to.
Well, if you
actual
read
Bonny.
the last
Oh, yeah,
set,
for
you'll
sure.
know about that.
Oh, yeah.
Because we find out. But it doesn't touch off from where it left off.
It's okay. You gotta go back and find 1 through 6.
Yeah.
What you got?
Alright, I got a new #1 from DC in a 5-issue miniseries, Old Lady Harley.
I wanted that one.
You got Anne Bonny.
I did.
The bad don't die is the tagline for this book. And
She can never die then. She's bad.
she's not always bad. She just doesn't always make the right choices.
There was that one.
Alright. So this one, it is decades in the future. And it's like a dystopian future where they've got guns that you shoot it into the air and it becomes a monster.
Ooh, I like it.
Yeah, it's really cool. It's also probably not the best to have to go up against, but so there's some flashback as to why this is, well, why Harley is the way that she is now. This one also lots of very many references, like in Deadpool. So I would read both of them if you like pop culture references in comics, and if you like anti-hero books. And man, it's so good that I don't want to say anything else about it because I don't want to spoil anything because it's a very intricate story and I don't want to say too much about it.
Fair to let it.
Yeah. There's I mean the villains are pretty much in power. I can say that without spoiling too much because that's just that's page 1, the setup. Mexico is now called Lexico. Yes. So the Legion of Doom has taken over Mexico, and
There's still a wall.
Gotham is completely different, and it's a great book. So if you like dystopian futures, I'd pick it up.
All you really have to do is like Harley, right?
Yeah, definitely. But there's more to it than just...
Okay. Sorry, my son's trying to call me, and I will talk to him as soon as I'm done with this book. All right. Die, #4. I think that what's going on is so there's triplets in this book, all guys. They look very much alike, and I think they're trying to play a scam. So they've been they've got like a criminal overlord who actually works for the government. She uses them to take out enemies. She doesn't want around anymore. One of them has a fight in the beginning of this book with somebody who I think he's been tasked with killing, but then he ends up liking her because she's really good at fighting back. Like she's got some kung fu skills. And you learn more about the person that's in the government that's using them. And I am 100% certain at this point that one of the twins is pretending to be another one of them, or one of the triplets is trying to be another one of them. There's a little bit of clues in the book, I think, that are pretty clear. But and my favorite part about this book is it says in the bottom, Skybound says, if you want to stay alive, don't mess with Jennifer. So there you go.
We got 2 right here.
Got
You
2
don't want to
Jennifers.
mess up.
But don't call either of us Jennifer.
No, then we feel like we're in trouble.
Jenny.
That will set me off, by the way.
Yeah.
Really?
Yep, because she only gets called Jennifer when she's in trouble.
That's right.
I didn't get called Jennifer when I'm in trouble. My parents were gonna name me Jenny, but it didn't sound good with my middle name. So my birth certificate is Jennifer, but I've never in my life been called that.
No. Sometimes people just have to put fancy things on your birth certificate because
Yeah.
Yep.
otherwise doctors look at them like, really?
Yep, Hannah's not my full name.
It's
Really?
banana, clearly.
Banana.
Everyone knows. Alright, go to a shop near you tomorrow and go find cool books. ComicShopLocator.com. We'll see you later. Now I'm going to call my son back. I don't know why he's calling me. But I need to be a good mommy. Bye, y'all.
Bye.